Hi, this is Barry Pearman from Turning the Page, and this is my very first vlog, and I hope you enjoy it. So what we're going to be doing is each time I put out a new blog post, I'm going to try and include a video. It's just that some people find it easier to watch or to listen than to read, and so I'm trying this out, and I'd just love to hear some comments from you and let me know what you think. So my latest blog post is, do you have a time-sensitive gut? Compassion moved my gut, then my heart, then I received a notification from my mind. Not every story creates gut-moving compassion. But as I listened, it wrenched open my heart, soul and stomach till I was totally gutted, laid bare by what had happened to my friend. Being vulnerable to others can do this in you. They open a door to what is really going on in their soul. They feel safe enough to share, and then they vomit out tightly held stories of pain. Compassion, the suffering together with someone asks you to get in the ditch with the struggle, messy as it is. There is always that moment of decision. Will I listen deeply and groan, or be aseptically clean and Teflon it away? Jesus tells the story of a man traumatized by robbers, people who took all his possessions, violently assaulted him, and stripped him of humanity and respect. Robbers and thugs, a priest and his assistant. The emotional response by others to his plight was either to ignore or to involve, continue the journey or connect into the struggle. Here is the passage. Jesus replied, "A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell into the hands of robbers, who stripped him, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. Now by chance a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So likewise a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, while travelling, came near him, and when he saw him, he was moved with pity." Splagchnizomai, it's a difficult word, isn't it? Let's try that again. Splagchnizomai is used to describe the emotional response of the Samaritan. It comes from the Greek word splagna, for entrails, the vital inner organs of a person, the stomach, heart, lungs, spleen, liver and kidneys. It means to say that he had a deep feeling in his gut, the deepest of all human emotions, the kind of feeling that is physical as much as intellectual. There is a groan within us for what has happened, and a vulnerability to not being able to quickly make the problem go away. We perhaps try some good advice, a quick prayer and a food parcel of self-help tips. Yet what the other person most needs is true conversation. I love this quote, "True conversation always puts the conversants at risk, because you cannot truly converse without the risk of conversion." That's from Bernard Lee and Michael Cowan. The problem comes when we think that the solution is up to us to find. In our preoccupation with the problem, we miss hearing the deep groans of spirit sitting right next to us, wanting to teach us into all things. Paul writes this, "God's Spirit is right alongside, helping us along." If we don't know how or what to pray, it doesn't matter. He does our praying in and for us, making prayer out of our wordless sighs, our aching groans. Do you have a time-sensitive gut? Well, I'm sure we all do. You see the situation, sense a gut-moved compassion, then a little notification dings in your mind. You don't have time for this. Congratulations, you're normal. My question though is, has your brain done a full assessment of the time required for the conversation? Are you overestimating the commitment? Do you have enough information? Is it bouncing off some previous experience? It's interesting to note that Sam the Samaritan committed his personal one-to-one time to the man in the ditch until he could get him to an inn. He returned later, but he did what he could do at that moment. I've conversed with probably hundreds of people where I've sensed a gut-moving compassion. Maybe only one or two have had an expectation or a demand that I do more for them than I am capable of. For them, I had to gently express boundaries of love and respect. Here is a little sentence that might help you to settle a time-sensitive gut. I will do what I can do, others will do what they can do, and you will do what you can do. Together we will help you get yourself out of the ditch. So don't be afraid of your gut reactions. Lean into them and learn. You never quite know what you might discover about yourself and others. You may also find Jesus is waiting in the ditch to converse alongside of you. Here's a few quotes for you to consider. Be there for others, but never leave yourself behind. Didinsky. We get in trouble whenever we forget that God never gave us the power or the right to change anyone. That is his job. Michael Lemata. Human life must be about more than building boundaries, protecting identities, and teaching impulse control. Richard Rohr. A few questions for you to answer. When you sense a gut compassion, what do you do with it? Alongside a time-sensitive gut notification, what other notifications from your brain do you receive that would ask you to avoid involvement? What is Spirit, Holy, asking you to do for others that internally you wrestle with? Why? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this style of format. It's new to me, maybe new to you too. And could I ask you to do a couple of things? First of all, just head over to turningthepage.info and leave a comment. You might also like to tweet me at Barry Pearman. Then share this post with others. I think it's really important to share what we've learnt. And consider becoming a patron of mine on Patreon for as little as $1 per month. It really helps me and helps getting the message out, and it'll be just really helpful for everybody to keep this word getting out there. Hey, thanks very much, and I look forward to doing some more vlogs. Okay, bye.